Um, I'll share my screen first just to show you a couple of things, and then you can share your screen after if you want. But first I'll share my screen and just to show you what I'm doing. I'm just going to quickly explain. So last week, it was kind of a bit unstructured because I was just trying to figure out what level you were doing stuff. And then, so what I think we'll do is, so our lesson plans, we do have more complex games like graphic games later on. They don't use, you wanted to use TK Inter, but they use stuff called Pygame and Turtle. But to be able to do those games, you have to be able to know like about the stuff before them. So you have to be comfortable with the lessons before that. So we'll be going through those concepts, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
And then some of the stuff I think you might have done. So we can go over those quicker and like skip to the next ones.
Would it mind if we redid the clock that you showed me last week?
Yeah. So we'll start with the clock first. Yeah. And then, so just like overall for this term, so this is like called Python number 2. So because you already know some of this stuff, we could probably like speed up and then like do a bit of Python number 3 as well. So we could probably do both. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah. So we'll start with the clock. Do you want to share your screen maybe? Would that be easier? So before we start, I'll show you some of the projects we'll be doing this semester, this term anyway. Just so you have an idea of what we're doing, and then we'll start the clock. Let me get it open. Can you see my screen?
Okay, yep, I can see it now.
Okay, so yeah, there's level 2 and then there's level 3, because you already know some stuff, like we went over them pretty fast, so we could probably do both. So things we can do are like the clock, like you saw, and then there's stuff like this, which uses dictionaries and advanced lists. List, you might have done them before, so we'll see how we go. But I'll show you the type of projects you can make with them. So once it loads, this is, trying not to show you the code, but so like it uses lists and loops and stuff to encrypt words. So like hello, and then it encrypts the word. So have you heard of encrypting before?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like kind of a program that does that, and then you can decrypt it. I think if you type in what that is, it decrypts the message back to what it was. So that's like some of the stuff we could be doing this term. And then like there's to-do lists, which we can also add more to make them more complex. So this one uses things like functions, lists, etc. And we could add like variables and like add scores and stuff. So it just makes sure, like it allows us to know like the fundamentals of the Python things, so we can build on it. So like you can add something by going, you're gonna say what step you want to do. So 1, I want to add something. I'll just say apple. Apple has been added. So if I want to display the list, if I press 3, I can see my list, and you can remove stuff and things like that. We'll go through all of them later on, but like those are some of the things we could be doing this term, just to let you know. So what I'll do is, do you want me to share my screen, and do you want to kind of follow on?
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna open it.
Sorry. How exactly you want the screen smaller?
Okay. So I think it's in full screen. So if you press escape on your keyboard.
Okay. Yep.
Is it?
I got it.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. Might just see if I can make it a bit bigger, just to be able to see a bit more. There we go. Okay. And just.
I'm just sharing my whole screen just because whenever we run it, otherwise I'll have to stop sharing and then share the next window. But you can only you can crop your screen so that you can only see my idle bit when I get it open. So yeah, like you don't need to see the stuff on the side, if that makes sense. So you can like make your Zoom browser a bit smaller.
I'm looking. Never heard.
So can you see my screen and your screen okay?
Yep.
Yep.
I have them good.
And then just open up a new Python file.
Yeah, I just used the same one, but I deleted everything from last time.
Okay, yeah, fine. So I have my file. So what we're using is, it does the clock. Do you remember how the clock looks like? Do you want me to show you?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, cool. So what we use to draw the lines is something called Turtle. I think, have you heard of it before?
Yeah.
You have? Yep. Yeah. So we're using Turtle and the time libraries. So because they're external libraries, we have to import them. Actually, I'll quickly get the clock up just so that we can break down what we need to do. So I'll just show you really quickly once it loads. So try not to look at the code. So yeah, the first thing, if you saw it when it loaded, it drew the circle.
Yeah.
And then the line, and then it started ticking. So I'll close that.
So is this the sort of timer you were talking about?
Yeah, so
Okay.
This is the sort of timer. So like this is just kind of like a visual representation. Oh, this is like with that using the sleep method still, but
yeah,
it's like, yeah, it's a pretty like easy way to do the timer that still works. So yeah, because time is a external library, we have to import it.
Yep.
So we import time.
And turtle.
Yep, and turtle. So import turtle.
By the way,
Yep.
are we allowed to use the from
Turtle
yeah.
import?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use it if you want. So do you know how to use it?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Oh, wait.
So yeah, the other way of doing it is just like importing turtle and then making your own kind of thing like in the next step. But the way you said it just does it in like one step, pretty much. So if you want to test that it works, the from turtle import whatever your thing is, you can run it. So you might call your...
What I've used actually is I just put the star sign that allows me to import everything.
All right, you mean up here?
No, like just what you did from turtle.
From turtle import star. All right. Yep.
Yeah, that way I don't have to write turtle.
Right. Yep, I get you. Yeah, that's fine too. I thought you meant the next step. Yeah, so the next thing we need to do is we need to make our turtle. So you can use like turtle dot something, but we'll just make it with a new variable just so that we know like that's the one we're controlling. So it's kind of like our own one. So we can go like Bob, or you can call it whatever you want. Maybe I'll call it like tick.
But
yeah, sorry. Were you gonna say something?
Oh, okay. Tick equals T.
Yeah,
okay.
tick. Yeah.
Okay, I think I get it.
Yeah, so tick equals, and what we want to do is turtle dot.
But you've already imported everything.
Turtle. Yeah, so we've imported everything. So now what we're doing is
you just have to go
making like a turtle called tick. So we've imported everything. So now we can use everything.
Wait, wouldn't you just have to write the turtle with a capital T?
Yeah, actually, you probably could do that. Turtle. We'll check if it works. I'm just used to doing turtle dot. So generally, it's good to go like something dot, just so that you know which library it's from. But it should work. We'll see if it works. I'm just gonna quickly save it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so it's the same thing. So that's fine. Also, another way, if you wanted to like shorten this into one line, you could just go like import turtle as tick. So that kind of does it all in one line, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I get it.
Yeah. But either way, yeah, we just want to make one so that we can control it. It doesn't really matter too much if you want to just go turtle.forward and stuff. But yeah. So anyway, the next thing we want to do is we first want to draw the circle. But before doing that, do you remember how in the example project it kind of did the circle, but you couldn't really see the cursor and it did it pretty fast?
Yeah.
Yep. So to do that, we just want to change the speed of the turtle. So that's just by going like tick.speed.
But you don't need to write tick.
So you need to do tick so that it actually knows you're talking about the speed for the turtle.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because in Python, like, you could also have your own method called speed, like somewhere else. So you just want to make sure that you're assigning the speed to that turtle element.
Could you not what speed? 50?
Speed, so 100 even, 50, 100, something that's pretty fast.
I got a pretty fast number.
Okay, that's good. And then we just want to hide the cursor as well. So to do that, there's a function called hide turtle. Yep, tick. Almost. Hide turtle. Yeah.
Wait, isn't it tick dot? Oh, is it tick dot hide turtle?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's tick dot hide turtle. We can check it and see what happens. Yeah, so the reason why we're doing the tick dot is because we're controlling like our little turtle.
Though.
Yeah.
What you could do, though, couldn't you just not have the tick equals turtle?
Yeah, so then instead of that, you would just go like turtle.speed and turtle.hide turtle.
No, because we've already imported turtle.
Yeah, so the thing tick is like our own variable of a turtle. Like we kind of made an object called tick, which is how we control it, if that's what you mean.
I sort of, but we don't. Do we really need to write the tick? Because couldn't we just?
Do you just want to go like speed and then hide turtle like that?
No, yeah, we could do that, couldn't we? Or
so generally, because it's from another library, I think you have to do the dot. We can try it. I'll just try it and see what happens. Because importing it just means like we can use all those libraries. It knows what we're referring to. But let's test it.
Wait, give me if you want. Can I just have a second?
Okay, so I just tested it.
Yeah,
it does work. Yeah. Okay. Sorry,
it does work.
That's my bad. Yeah. So generally, I just do the tick, or like the turtle dot something, just so that I know that I'm referring to the turtle. But it works this way too, so you can do it this way. Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to do our circle, but we kind of need to map out where we'll start our circle from, because at the end we want it, like how it draws a circle and then it draws the line?
You said to draw the circle you need the radius?
Yep, that first. But also, I mean like the position of where the turtle will be on the screen. Because right now, if you run it, I think the turtle starts off in the middle of the screen. So if you draw the circle, it might do it kind of off to the edge.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So we might need to move our turtle somewhere, like to the side, and then draw the circle.
So do you just go move turtle?
Not exactly. But before that, we first need to think about how big we want to make our circle, just so that we know how much to move it off to the side. So how big do you think we could make it?
We could do a radius of 100, 150.
Yep. So let's just say 150. So what we can do is we can move the turtle to the right, 150. So I think our turtle is automatically facing the right, so we can just go forward 150.
Okay. Oh, whoopsie. 4.
So, but if we do this forward 150, it would draw the line on the screen. So before making it go forward.
Pen up. Pen
yeah,
up.
Pen up. Yeah. So in this, it's just called up.
Oh, wait, how come it's only up?
Because it's just part of, I think it's just generally, because usually if you go like turtle.up, it's like turtle.up or turtle.down. Pretty sure it's just up.
Isn't it also pen up?
I haven't tried pen up. It could be both.
Because pen up, I've always been told
Turtle, pen up. We can check it and see. Could be both.
Oh wait, I might be confusing.
Pen up. Oh yeah. So I think you can do both. Possibly.
I might be confusing with Scratch.
Yeah. So Scratch, it is pen up and pen down, but sometimes there's also different versions of Turtle. So let me quickly find up. So, okay. So there's like 3 different ways of doing it. So you can go pen up, PU for pen up, or up. So they're all like, they do the same thing, but it's just a different way of, different functions calling it.
All right.
And it's the same for down. So yeah, we can do either one.
So we do up, then we do...
And then we want to move off to the side 150.
Okay, then we do down.
Yep, down. So down.
And I forgot how to draw the shape.
The circle?
Yeah.
Yep, so it's just circle, I'm pretty sure. The function, oh, sorry.
Okay.
So circle.
Sure.
Because there's an inbuilt function. And then the radius.
150.
Yep. So what that'll do is it'll mean the circle is actually in the middle of the screen now. It should be. We'll test it and see what it looks like.
I'm going to test it as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yep, circle. I have the same thing. Circle is not defined.
Oh, okay. Mine, the circle's a bit off.
Wait, did I spell it incorrectly or?
It could be that. So just double check the spelling. CIRCLE.
Oh, I forgot the R. Oopsie. Yeah, I have the same thing. It's a tiny bit off.
Yeah. So I think the reason for that is we moved off to the side, but then we were still facing that way. So then it drew the circle from there, whereas we should have started facing like to the top, then it would have drawn the circle that way. Does that make sense?
Not really. If we were start.
So what it is, you know how the cursor like of the turtle faces this way usually, to the right? So we moved to the side 150, and then we drew the circle still facing the right. So it did the circle like here.
Oh,
but what we wanted to do is we wanted to start drawing the circle when we were facing the top. So it draws the circle that way instead of that way.
We didn't have the same effect?
I thought it would have. I'm just trying to picture it. Well, there's one way to find out. We'll test it. Because I thought, yeah, it could just be that it's drawing it slightly off.
Wait, for right, can't you just go RT?
Right, yeah, hang on. I usually use right. But it's probably both the same thing. Also, sorry, I accidentally closed my file.
Wait, is it turn right? Is it turn right or?
So I just use
How
right,
would it?
and then you put in the degrees
Yeah,
inside.
right. 90. Wait, it wouldn't be right. It would be left. No, it's right. It is right.
If you're facing this way,
It would be left.
it will be left. Yeah. We'll
Okay.
see if that works. Sorry, I accidentally closed my program.
That's okay.
We'll see if it works.
I have it. I'm about to check it. Yeah, and we have the thing right in the middle. So
Right in the middle. So the circle's right in the middle. Okay.
yeah,
That's good. Yeah. So I think the reason for that is because it was kind of already facing that direction. It drew the circle towards the right instead of starting up from the beginning and drawing it more towards the left.
I might.
It might be easy if you draw it out on a piece of paper. So it's just the way it was facing. Because, yeah, it depends like where you draw the circle.
Right, so
That makes sense. Okay, let me quickly add the right.
So what else must we do now?
Okay, so the next thing we want to do is, do you remember how in the timer thing it drew the tick, like from the middle?
Yep.
So we want to go to the middle of our screen. So we want to make sure our cursor's in the middle of the screen. So do you know what we would use?
Middle, perhaps?
Middle? Not exactly. So we use something with coordinates. So we just want to make our cursor jump to a point on the screen. So we can use set position.
So set position, okay.
Yep. So we draw our circle and then set position. And then, so the very middle of the screen is 0, 0. The x coordinate and the y coordinate is 0.
Wait, does it start with the X?
Yep. Starts with the x and then y is the second value.
All right. Then what must we do?
Then what we must do is, now we actually start, like we need to start a loop and then we can draw, oh, okay. Yeah. We need to start a loop and then we can start like drawing our line every second. So
is it a for loop or a?
So we want to make it happen forever. So we'll do a while loop. But just before that, we'll just quickly check that our pen is in the right spot. But so after your set position, we'll just draw a straight line saying forward 150, just to check, like before we start the loop, that it will draw where it's supposed to.
Oh.
So because now we know the radius of the circle, 150 should be like half that circle. So we know that size, so it's a good size for us to keep drawing the line. So it should draw the circle and then go to the middle and then draw up.
150. I'm going to check it as well.
Okay, so it might have done 2 lines. Did yours do that too?
I don't think the set.
Yep, so.
Yep, I didn't spell set position right. Of course.
Okay.
Okay, this one should work. I forgot the second one.
So when you do it, you might see 2 lines. It's just because we forgot one.
Yeah, I have 2 lines. That's weird.
Yeah, so the reason for that is the set position, it drew it.
Oh, okay.
And then we didn't want to draw the line, we just wanted to move it. So
you have to go pen up?
Yep, pen up and pen down.
But we wouldn't need to do that. That was just a test, right?
Right. So we still need to do it for the set position. We don't need the forward thing yet, but because if we got rid of the forward, it would still draw 1 line.
Okay, I see.
And we don't want it to draw a line. We just want to make sure it starts in the middle. So yeah, we would go up and then down. So now the cursor should be in the middle because we hid the thing.
Yep, I have the line.
Yep, you have the line. Oh, do you keep with the forward? You have the line?
Yep,
Yep,
forward.
okay, cool. Which way did the line draw for you?
I put it at speed 1,000, so I couldn't really see.
As in, like, where's the line drawn? Like, is it up?
Oh,
Or is
yeah,
it
upward.
okay, cool. That's good. Sorry, my thing stopped responding for a second, but yeah, you can get rid of the forward thing now, and we'll start our loop. So because we want it to be a clock that constantly ticks, we can use a while loop, and we can just say while true. So that means it will just happen forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
While true.
Mm-hmm. And then now what you want to do is now you do the forward.
There we go.
Forward 150.
Okay, then turn 1 degree.
Yes. Hang on.
But and
So not exactly 1 degree because we're doing it according to time. So I think it's a different degree because if we turn 1 degree each time, it'll be like turning 360 times.
oh, okay, I see.
And 360 divided by 60. So we can.
So it'll be 6. You have to.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, my thing kind of froze, so I'll just explain it to you. But yeah, you can turn.
And then just a timer, right? Sleep.
Yep.
Sleep.
Yep. Sleep, and then 1 second.
Yep. 1.
But one thing is before you do the. It probably shouldn't matter too much. But before you do the changing the degree, we need to do something called bob.undo, which would undo the line we just did. It probably doesn't matter too much of the order. But
oh, yeah, we might.
Yeah, I think undo just undoes like the last command. So you probably need to put undo. It undoes the last turtle command because it's a turtle thing. So put the changing the degrees after undo, if that makes sense.
I did just try.
Yeah.
There was one problem.
Yeah, what's the problem? Do you want to share your screen with
us? It's not going back to the set position.
It's not going back to the set position. Okay.
So we have. I think we have to put the set position in the while loop.
Yeah, we can try that. So what was yours doing so far?
Mine drew the line up the middle.
Yep.
It turned 6 degrees, but then it went out of the circle.
Okay, yeah. So the reason for that is, did you have your undo function?
No.
Did you call undo?
No, but wouldn't we still need
So we could use set position, but what we want to do is we want to draw a line and then undo it, and then draw another line and undo it.
Oh, because undoing it is like an eraser. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the undo function just like under the last turtle function did. So forward meant it went up 150. So if you undid it, it would go back to the same position it was.
So is it just undo?
Yep, now we're back. So,
okay.
Yep.
Let's try that. Is it spelled
undo?
Yeah.
U-N-D-O?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So what order did you type it in?
I wrote forward 150, the first line.
Yeah.
Right 60.
Right 6. Sorry, 6. What did you write?
Right 6.
Right 6, yep. So
sleep 1, time dot sleep 1, and then undo.
Okay, so what the undo thing does is it undoes the last turtle function. So because you did forward and then right, it's undoing your turn 6. So it keeps just drawing the straight line. So what you want to do is you want to go forward, and then you want to sleep, and then you want to undo that forward, and then you want to turn right. So turn like 6 degrees is the last thing you want to do.
Or you could also just, you could do it in a way that the other way around. Just
the other way around.
Oh, great. I lost it.
By turning right first and then.
I mean, like, you could go 150, undo, and then sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That could work. The only thing, we can test it and see. But if you do sleep after the undo, you might not see your line for long enough. Because you want to make sure the line stays on for 1 second and
Good
then
point.
it moves. You can test it and see what happens because
Okay.
100, it could still work because it's all in a loop anyway. Sorry, my computer's a bit frozen.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep, I see the problem.
So what's happening on yours?
The same thing you predicted.
Okay, yeah. So sometimes it's like
How amazing.
good to test it and see what happens anyway. Because like they seem like it wouldn't make a difference, but surprisingly it does.
Okay, done. Wasn't working.
My title Python kind of got frozen, so.
Wait, let's see. Oh wait, I should have the forward time.sleep and then undo. So here we go, undo.
Yeah, so that way it draws, stays for a second, and then undoes it, turns, and then draws again.
I'm not entirely sure, but before what it did was it drew the line and then it kept on going again and again, but just straight.
Oh, okay.
But
it did
now,
that just before?
No, it did that 2 times before,
Oh,
but
yeah.
now it's working.
It is working now?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so the first reason it was doing that, it kept going straight, was because you were undoing the angle thing. Because I think you did forward and then you did right 6 degrees and then you did undo. So undo, instead of undoing forward like you thought it would, it was undoing turn 6 degrees. So it just kept going forward, wait a second, forward, wait a second, forward, wait a second. Does that make sense? So
okay, now I get it. Oh, it only undoes the last function.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, sorry for not making that clear. Yeah,
That's
so the undo, it's just part of turtle, it just does the last thing. So that's why the order does matter.
A way you could do this more complicated,
Mm-hmm.
would you be able to just like, you would be able to ask them how much time they would like, divide it, and made the angle that much?
Yeah, you could do that, like a timer kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
So,
good thinking.
Did you want to start on the next thing?
Yeah, so did that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. So that's just like one way how you can use the timer. Let me get the next thing open.
Do we need a timer or?
No, so now we're going to learn like something else, so you can close that file and open a new file if you want.
Okay, cool.
So have you done much on lists before?
Yes.
Yes. Have you done a lot of it or just like briefly?
I have done some. It's not like I haven't done any.
Okay. Well, we'll go through it, and then if you have done it, we can just go through it.
You know what? Sorry, I do remember now. If you want me to show you which one is it, okay, here we go. I actually am having a bit of problems. Like it's the same.
Okay. I'll start sharing my screen for a second. So if you want to start sharing a screen.
Thank you.
Yep.
Close button.
What were you saying? Sorry, I interrupted you.
Share. Okay, here we go. Yep, share. There we go. Can you see that?
It's just loading. Yep, I can see it.
Okay, have a look at this if that's okay. Just let's run it.
Okay, so this is actually dictionaries. That's like the next step after list.
Enter an English word or phrase. So I can just go like, I come in peace. That is how you spell peace, right?
Yeah, like peace as in like peace.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whoopsie. Perfect. Oh, that's weird.
The in.
Yeah, that's my problem. The in isn't going good.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Yeah, let me have a look at your code. So you have your dictionary. Where e-phrase equals please enter an English word or phrase. Translate.
Again, I copied this one from a book.
Ah, okay.
I added my own thing for one part of it.
Oh yeah.
Do you mind if I just try to run it again?
Yeah, that's fine. It seems like it should work because it shouldn't be picking up the in as like code.
Okay,
Running it.
I might just, let me have a look if I can do this one. Just hello, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I just want to learn how to say hello, enter. It's not taking my enter. I think I'm saying is
It could be stuck
on something.
some.
Input, please enter an English word. E-word equals E-phrase. Window.
So then the next step you do is you open like a TK into window. So did
Yeah.
that open somewhere else when you ran that?
I don't think so.
Because then after that, the only place where you print something is like that line towards the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so, honestly, because if I just write hello, the problem is it's not
Nothing
taking.
else pops up.
It's just saying, I could keep on pressing enter.
Oh, okay. Because, okay, one reason, if we go back into your code, is like after you have the input thing, the only thing you do with that, like you try to open the TK into window, and then the only other place where you print something is in an on-click event. Do you see how you have the print in robot say, and then you have that line there?
Oh, I see the problem. Yeah.
So if you try print something straight after input.
When did you need to just go on click like that?
So yeah. So I think what this is doing is the on-click is trying to detect it from TK Inter. Yeah, TK Inter, but your TK Inter thing isn't opening properly.
No, my problem is that I only defined a TK enter.
Oh, you never used it?
Yeah, have a look at this. I said
Go back.
it's saying my program is still running. That's a weird thing.
So it must be trying to do something in the background.
Here it says define on-click event.
All right. Okay. Sorry, you made your own event, right? On-click
event. What if I did this? Would it work?
So what do you use event as? So do you remember how we were talking about parameters?
Yes.
Yes. So inside the bracket, on-click event is kind of like a parameter, but I guess it's like an on-click parameter.
It's really weird.
So the TK
I found it.
thing.
Oh, okay. Open. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So now if you press the button, it should.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you were right about you just weren't calling the function.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So that happened.
Yeah. So yeah, that's dictionaries, but we can go through lists really quickly. We have a couple of minutes left, but since you've done lists, it should be pretty easy for you. There's like that, that to-do little program I showed you before.
Yeah.
If like you don't find the list too easy, we can do that like the first lesson next week. We'll see how it goes. So I'll just share my screen again. Share. So can you see my screen? And your screen as well?
Give me a second. Closing. Okay, yep. I should have it.
Yep. So just for now, we'll stay on Shell, on Python Shell.
Oh, okay.
To test a couple of stuff, and then we can move on.
Okay.
We'll see the time because there's only a few minutes left. But yeah, so do you know what a list is? Like if you had to explain one?
Yes, a list is like it's like a variable that contains more than one item.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so it's kind of like a variable that has multiple items. So for example, you could have something like a shopping list.
Yep.
So you give it the name, and then do you know how you would make a list?
Yeah, I do believe so. Look, like shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't see my screen, but you
Yeah.
use the equal sign and then
Yep.
the square brackets.
Yep, exactly. So good job. And then you would just put your items in. So
Yep.
how would you put your items in?
You use text, the speech bubble.
Yeah. So in this case, we're just making it a text list. So just add a couple of items in. Oh, eggs, bread, just as an example. And now we've made our list, shopping. So lists, they can have strings in it, but they can also have numbers and stuff as well.
By the way, do you know how to stay on the cell,
Yeah.
but be able to write a more than one line code?
I'm not 100% sure. Let me try. It could be if you like type Control Enter or just Enter. I'm not 100% sure about that. Sorry. Let me quickly check up and see.
Milk.
Python shell. While I'm looking that up, have you heard of index and stuff with lists?
Yes, I do believe so.
Yep. So if you wanted to get like eggs, if you wanted to print eggs, what would you need to type in?
To print eggs, you would have to.
Like from the list.
For me, eggs is first, but
Okay. Yeah. So for your list then?
you would have to add in print, shopping, then the square brackets.
Yep.
With the index 1 for me and 0 for you.
Almost the other way around.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
0 for me and 1 for you.
Yep. So good job. And then it prints it out. Yep. And then have you heard of appending?
Oh, is that how you do it? It stays there.
Yeah. Oh, so if you just press, yeah. So you can do multiple lines by just pressing enter. So like I made shopping, and then if I press enter, it still knows shopping is there.
Okay.
As long as you don't close shell. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I thought you just wanted to write like a lot of code at once.
No, that was what I was asking.
Oh, okay. But as in, does this answer your question of what we're asking, kind of?
Yeah,
like a different way, a different solution.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, it's a different solution to what I was expecting, but it still works.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you were thinking it only did one line at a time, and that's all it remembered, kind of.
Oh wait, I don't know why this is pretty weird.
Is there an error?
No, I just clicked enter, and I'm not having any. Yeah, there's sort of an error here.
Does it say anything, or is it just?
No, it's treating shell as a file.
Oh, okay. Do you want to quickly share your screen so I can see what it looks like? So have you pressed enter?
Oh, wait, I forgot it. Here we go.
A bracket. Now, okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Also, it's the end of the lesson now. I'll quickly ask you, have you heard of appending before with lists?
Yes, append.
Yep. So what does that do? Do you know what it does?
Adds a word to the list.
Mm-hmm. And then do you know where does it add it on the list?
The end?
Yeah, cool. And then if you wanted to remove something, do you know what you would use?
Delete shopping index?
Kind of, but you can use something called dot remove, like there's something called remove. So you can just go like shopping.remove. And then if you want to remove eggs, you type in eggs. So you can quickly try it now. Shopping.remove. And in brackets, you can either do it like by the word, eggs.
And, oh wait, whoopsie. You have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoopsie.
One thing I can see is check your brackets. So the square brackets are just used like for making lists and for getting like the index of a list.
Okay, good.
But because like append and remove are still normal functions, they just have the circle bracket.
Okay, cool. Up and
so this is adding something.
red.
And then if you just want to see your result, you can just type in shopping and press enter. You don't
Wait, you have to go print.shopping?
In Python shell, you don't need to do it.
Okay, cool.
So if you just type in shopping and enter, it'll do it as a list. So it'll come up with like the square brackets and everything. If you did print and then shopping, it wouldn't have those square brackets, if that makes sense.
And then just go shopping dot remove. Oh, whoopsie. Right. Probably. Goodbye, bread.
And now you can just see the result of shopping.
Yep, bread has been removed.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'll just leave it as that. You pretty much know about lists, so I think next week we can move on to the next topic. But did you have any questions about anything we did today?
I don't think so. No, not necessarily.
Okay, that's good. Was the layout of the class okay for you? Did you find that you still learned new stuff today?
Yes.
The time ends up? Okay, that's good.
Definitely to undo.
Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, well, anyway, I shall see you next week.
See you.
Bye.
Oh.